This episode contains discussions of death and grief. Listen at your own discretion. It is Friday, the 25th of October, 2024. My name is Pigeon Rose, and this is my song of the day. Here we are with the final song of the Broken Bride EP, Part 4, Morning in May. So this is something that's been alluded to for the entire EP. He keeps mentioning that his wife died on that morning in May, and here it is, because, as you'll recall from the previous song, he was sent back in time by the angels at the end of the world, what a sentence, to see his wife one more time and say goodbye rather than try and save her. So that's what this song is, and I love it so much it makes me cry every Tim. I don't think I need to give it much of a backstory. We should just get into it. So let's go ahead and listen to it now and then come back in a few minutes and talk about it. And there it is, the big finale of Broken Bride. It took me a while to understand what happened in Broken Bride. I had to really look it up and look into the lyrics because it's not entirely clear from the lyrics, which I suppose is why I'm describing to you what happens. And this ending is a hell of a thing. It really ties the EP together. By which I mean, the EP is so tonally all over the place because it's a time travel story with dinosaurs and monsters and stuff. And so it's kind of silly in the way it's like kind of an action movie almost, but also it has that emotional heart to it the whole time about this guy missing his dead wife and also the Book of Revelation, of course. So it just kind of it goes back and forth on whether it feels like it's serious or not, especially with songs like Tonight's the Night, you know? And then you get this song and it's only emotional and it's so fucking sad and sweet at the same time, and it gets me every time. So let's talk about it. First of all, I love how, I didn't say yesterday because I don't want to spoil it, but at the end of The Lamb and the Dragon, the last section that ends with him back in time and then saying, "There you are," is all piano, which is also what this song is. It's all piano until the very end. So I like how it directly leads into it, you know? So this song has the narrator arriving home as he did in the previous song. The previous song sees him walking into the bedroom, and then this is the first thing he sees in the bedroom. "Your socks on the wood floor, the moment I'd hoped for. I'm terrified to think you might be real. I curl up behind you, fit my body to yours like a shell. I smell your hair, oh love, I can't believe it. I squeeze you to make sure you're really here, and I'm overwhelmed." Now, when Jesus says, "I can't believe you," I always thought it was, "I can't believe it," but I would imagine, "I can't believe you" makes sense as a lyric as well, so it might be either. I do want to point out, by the way, this is the only song in the whole EP that's in a major key. That's interesting. But anyway, so yes, just the things he notices. The first thing is your socks on the wood floor, which is just it's such an indicator of comfort, you know? "The moment I'd hoped for, I'm terrified to think you might be real." I mean, he's been waiting for this for 15 years, and now he's worried that he's dreaming or hallucinating, you know? "I curl up behind you, fit my body to yours like a shell," just so perfectly fit together. "I smell your hair, oh love, I can't believe it." I smell your hair is such a, knowing what someone else smells like, you know, that's familiar smell. "I squeeze you to make sure you're really here, and I'm overwhelmed." You can just imagine him immediately bursting into tears, you know? "I've been waiting for so long to touch you and sleep in your eyes, and now as my heart's beating so hard, I hold on and keep you at home in my arms." I always thought the sleep in your eyes line was really weird, but I get it now. You watching over me, you know, I fall asleep in your eyes, you see me there with you, you know what I mean? "And now as my heart's beating so hard, I hold on and keep you at home in my arms." He just wants her to stay at home where she's safe. "They tried to console me, but you're all the consolation I ever needed. Years of smelling clothes you left behind, photographs that seemed so far away. I don't need them now, you turn to me, alive, awake, and blinking, baby. Back so soon, you ask, but I smile because I never left at all." So here, they tried to console me, but you're all the consolation I ever needed. On the one hand, you could think about, you know, he's talking about holding her memory close to him, smelling her clothes, looking at the photographs, you know. He doesn't need consolation from other people because he has her memory, he has her things, right? And now she's here, so he doesn't need consolation because she's right there. She can console him. And then, "I don't need them now. You turn to me, alive, awake, and blinking, baby." That line is what gets me every time. I just love the alive, obviously most important, awake, she's woken up, and blinking, it's such a human thing, just kind of sleepy and rubbing her eyes, you know what I mean? "Back so soon, you ask," because she doesn't know this has happened. And he smiles, "because I never left at all." Now that's interesting. He's kind of saying I guess because of time travel, he never left at all, right? But also because during those 15 years, he has always dedicated his life to trying to save her. He never really left her side, so to speak, spiritually spiritually. And then the chorus again, I've been waiting for so long to touch you and sleep in your eyes. Now as my heart's beating so hard, I hold on and keep you at home in my arms. Then it gets a bit more intense, and it's, you check the clock, it's time to go. You grab your keys and you're out the door. I step outside and you're waving goodbye. It's all happening again like before. So I've always assumed she was like going to work or something. You check the clock, it's time to go. Like she has somewhere to be. You grab your keys and you're at the door. So, you know, she's going outside and she's getting in her car. And he's saying, you know, I step outside and you're waving goodbye. It's all happening again like before. He remembers this the first time it happened. And he's like, oh no, this is where it happened. It was in the morning. I didn't have that much time with her. I didn't have enough time with her. And then as you're starting the car and I'm tearing inside, I knock on your window. You stop just in time. Around to the other side, I say, baby, thought I'd come along for the ride. So when I first listened to this, I thought he was trying to stop her from crashing. That is not what's happening here. He sees her starting the car and he's like, you know, dying inside. So he knocks on her window and says, I thought I'd come along for the ride. And then the last chorus is them driving in the car, and it's got the same, well, almost the same lyrics as before, but with backing vocals as well in brackets. So I've been waiting for so long, time slows and I take your hand to touch you and sleep in your eyes. I hold you as we lose control. Together our hearts beating so hard. Hold on, baby, we're almost home. And so basically he knows he can't save her. So he goes back in time to say goodbye to her, and he ends up getting into the car and dying in the crash with her to be together with her so she doesn't die alone. And oh, it gets me every time. I think you can hear it in my voice. It's just such a sad but powerful ending. It's like it shows his love, right? It's such an interesting way to end this, because lesser fiction would have him save her and everything would be fine. But no, they die together. And it's really interesting and really like kind of full circle poetic in a lot of ways, especially with how it ends with that big do 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 do. Again, love me some leitmotifs. But yeah, just the way the lyrics layer in, and then yeah, together our hearts beating so hard, hold on. Baby, we're almost home. God. Yeah, no, this kills me. I love this whole EP. It's such an interesting story. It's a Shaggy Dog story at the end of the day, but it's a really emotional journey, because it starts off being about time travel and dinosaurs, and then it's about zombies and the apocalypse, and then it's about like the lamb defeating the dragon, and then suddenly it's just a really sad song about a couple dying together. It's such an interesting journey, and I think really worth it for this ending, you know. I think that's all I really have to say about both this song and the EP. Let me know down below what you thought of both the song but also the whole thing. I mean, I feel like this is the one to comment on what you thought of the whole EP in general. So we still got 2 days left in the week. I'm going to do 2 more Ludo songs that are not from this EP. One of them is kind of a HalLUDOweeny song that I wanted to do anyway, so I'm going to do that. The other one, we'll get there. You'll understand. I'll talk about them when I talk about them. But until then, thank you so much for listening. Please hit like, hit subscribe, leave a comment down below. Tell me what you think. Tell other people about this show. Thank you so much for listening, and I will talk to you tomorrow.
Break it down.
So I like how it like directly he just wants her to stay at home where she's safe. That was a weird sound. Around to the other side, I bay. Yeah, no, this kills me. I killed them too. Don't put that in the episode.